secretary with you, madam.
All right, so we are live. Welcome to MK and Co. YouTube channel. We are now streaming and we have a very interesting topic again, but don't forget to subscribe and also click the bell icon so we will always notify you for the new video uploads that we make. So tonight we have a very special guest and we have the company of Miss Meg Ventolina Loyola of Negros Oriental Dumaguete, right? And but of course, she's currently living in NCR, and
Yeah.
she is the current president of Soroptimus Ayala branch, South South Manila Ayala branch, and also she is the chairwoman of Alio Foundation. And also, of course, she's now currently still a progressive person with a growth mindset. She's studying public administration. No, yeah, public administration or public management.
Major.
Major in public administration. Also, she is a graduate and Bachelor of Science in the tourism, right? And also, you also studied business management.
Yes.
All right. So tonight she's our guest, and I like her so much because she's such an empowered woman with so much advocacy, helping other women to empower them in life. All right. So today we hope we could empower you a little bit with all our experiences, with the life lessons that we have learned, and all the taglines that we use, and how it gave impacts into our current life. All right, let's shoot it away. So here I prepared some outlines, guys. So we have first, I have learned, Meg, that one should set boundaries based on one's true core values and principles, right? As we have talked earlier before the show. So these boundaries that I make, Meg, and I hope you do the same, are based on my core values that drives me to life. Like I believe in progression. I believe in the certainties, but there are many uncertainties in life. So I also believe in uncertainties, and I believe in love, and I believe in hope. I believe in taking risks, and I believe in becoming significant to others through service, and also especially I like I my core value really that I hold dear is being authentic, being real to who you are. And then the rest, like honesty, I'm also for that, very much so, and loyalty, integrity, and the many other principles or good principles and virtues principles in life. All right, so boundaries. So
Yeah.
I have experience. I'll give you example. I experienced that if I don't set my boundaries before I make friends, personal friends, like towards my girlfriends, I was I was hurt many times because they didn't know who I am truly into
Okay.
the core. So there are times when they cross those boundaries by lying to me a little bit. So as I said, honesty is one of my core values in life. So ikaw, Meg, ano yung mga boundaries mo sa buhay that you don't want people to cross? Let's start with friends.
Yeah. Really, let's go back on the earlier. You said I do believe in service of people. Yes, and the friendship that I had, of course, I really wanted to have this honest and trustworthy. Yes.
Yeah.
So of course,
So
especially I especially the one I implemented in my circle of business is this originated from Japan. This is the philosophy meaning Kaizen. So continuous progress, strengthening, and of course, this strengthening and enhancement. So, and number one is trustworthy. It should be the core values.
So that's your core value. Like, yan yung mga no one should cross. So that means if you are trustworthy, you know, that's very, very good value that one, such a friend or even boyfriends or even husbands or even our
Really?
children, and especially
Yes.
towards our co-workers. Kasi I believe
Yes.
in, if you are trustworthy, that means you respect me. And respect
Mm.
is one core value that I hold dear. Respect moves towards trust. If you respect me, you can be trusted. And if you can be
Of course.
trusted, I can give you my heart. That means I give myself to you. And then if you give
Mhm.
my heart to you, then I can tell you what's deep into my thoughts or into my heart. So pag nawala yung
Yes,
respect in the boundary, that's my boundary, then I will lose my friendship or my relationship. So
I do agree po.
so
Yes
ikaw
po.
din ganyan. So trustworthy is
Yes,
one of those boundaries that you hold dear. So
yes
respect
po.
din, I suppose.
Yes,
So
I agree
then
with you.
yung boundary ng integrity rin.
Mm-mm.
Doing the right thing
Yeah,
even no one is watching. That's so important, no? Especially to our husbands.
of course.
And to the girls who've got boyfriends or have private relationship, and of course to our friends also, you know.
Friends,
Yeah.
yes.
So yeah, those are the things that we have to let people know, because not everybody knows us. That's why I told you earlier, there are some certain friends who have crossed those boundaries because they don't know me better. So now
Yeah.
I told myself that I have to get to know the person before I give my
Know
heart.
the person.
Yeah,
Yes,
before I
before
give
you
my
give
heart.
your full
And I
trust.
have to tell them my boundaries. Kasi sometimes we just make friends but we never tell them, like, pero sa boyfriend natin mo say, oh, pag ako lang ha, I'm the only one in your life ha.
You're cheating
I
on
don't like
me.
cheating. I don't like lying. You have to respect me. But with friends, we don't say that. Hey friend, you're my friend. Hey Meg, I want you to be my friend. You must be respectful to me, huh? We don't do that, right? But in a
Yeah,
way, we
yeah.
should. Along the way, in the process of talking, when you go out for lunches, dinners, and lady or girl friends get togethers, I think those are the times when you talk about yourself. Diba, those are the interesting topics that we should talk about instead of gossiping the lives of other friends.
Yeah.
I think we should
It's
talk
a
about
waste. It's a
boundaries,
waste.
like,
Yes.
hey, what are the things that you like in life? What are the things that irritates you, or those are nice things, because if you really want to be good friends to another woman, you know you have to know them and they have to know you, di ba? But di ba,
Yes.
we always forget to show who we are or to tell them who we are. Then that's why they cross our boundaries. I mean, it's our fault
Boundaries.
because you don't tell them what you don't like, what are the things that triggers you, what are the things you like and don't like, di ba?
Yeah.
So that's
Yes
why I
po.
think
Yes po.
setting boundaries for me is very important. Life lesson, I said. Set your
Mm-hmm.
boundaries to your relationships, whether it's for friends, for coworkers, for your families, for your boyfriends,
Yeah.
husbands, and anybody who wants to be close, even towards your coworkers. That's why companies have rules and standards, right? So you should
Yes,
set
yes,
your
yes.
standard and rules also to anyone. Di ba, when you
I
also
agree.
hire your private secretary or you hire a housemaid, somebody to help you at home, you tell them, this is the way I want
You rule.
things. I don't want dishonesty. Di ba? We tell things we don't want. But to our
Yes.
friends, we don't, right? We don't do it upfront to
We have
tell them.
limits.
Yeah. So I
Yeah,
think
I agree.
before you become close to somebody, I think the best way to know is asking, "Hey, tell me about who is Meg." That's why a while ago I was telling you, "Can you tell me who is Meg?" So that's why I put this number one, setting boundaries, because
Wow.
that's the most
Wow.
important. Because as they say, your success is dependent on the quality of your relationship. right?
Yeah, as I mentioned you earlier in our topic is the relationship
Yeah. So
towards your
always, I
coworkers.
think the very base for relationship and for boundaries is respect. Because the person respect you, I think you can already start trusting. And then when that
Mm-hmm.
trust goes on for a long time, then you give them your love. That's why we have best friends, close friends, good friends. But the best friends, the BFF, are the ones who should know our boundaries, right? And they should
Yes,
uh,
your
you
special friend.
already they've already shown their respect and trust, and then that's why you give love. They're part of you. Oh, inside they have a part in your heart, diba? That's why you become your best friends. And other
Yes.
friends, we should also tell them who we are actually, you know.
Yes. So
So
something that you are warning them, you're giving a warning them that,
yeah,
oh,
that's why.
you must know your
Yeah, I want
limitations.
to repeat again to all the girls who are watching out there. Uh, yes, if you want to make friends when you're among many girls, and I'm sure you only have one or two in the group, but that's the time when you start mingling and say, "Tell me, who are you? Who is Miss MK? Who is Miss Meg?" So then that's the way you tell your core values na. Yeah,
I
and who
agree.
you
I
are.
agree. Very well said,
Yeah,
MK.
galing.
Yes.
So next,
Ang
so
galing.
life lessons number two: create the life you want. So
Yeah.
own your life and decisions, and own your power, as Oprah says. I believe, and I teach in our Exponential Empowerment Forum, that first, how to own your power and to own your decisions and to own or to be able to create the life you want to be, you must own your freedom. The reason many
Mm-hmm.
people are not successful in how they want to be or how they proceed with their life, because they don't have the freedom. Now, the freedom meaning to express themselves sometimes, and it impedes them because of karamihan financial problems.
Uh-huh.
So,
Mm-hmm.
pag financially, they are not independent and they have not the freedom for financial capability. Even they would like to have the freedom to create a business for their own or to educate more of themselves, they don't have that independence, you know. So, and sometimes they don't have the independence from their families. So minsan uh, we are dictated by the people around us, our parents, our husbands, you know.
People
And
surround you.
yeah, and so it's so important that to be empowered, it takes full freedom, you know,
Mm-hmm.
Meg. And I think we are lucky that we are, and I suppose I can see it since you're still having a growth mindset, studying continuous education. I know that your family, your husband is supporting you to
Oh,
to
yeah.
further all your goals in life, right? So
Yes.
I always tell them, you can only create the life you want when there's freedom. Do you agree?
Exactly.
So, and it says here, many people are completely disempowered, as said Arab, lives because they have not taken full responsibility of their lives. Now, as they say, empowerment comes via responsibility, right? But it only comes when you can own your decisions, own your thoughts, own your self actualization of what you want to be. Because if you can't, you can never be empowered, and you can never be responsible for yourself if you are dictated. So if your freedom, there's a little bit someone impeding that freedom, you know. So that's why many wives sometimes are not very much empowered, because uh,
Mm.
the financial freedom is not there, you know.
Yeah, I agree.
But that's why, to own your expression, to own your life, in the creation of your life, I always want to say, before you plunge into marriage, you have to be self-actualized, meaning you have to be self-reliant in your
Okay.
biological, physiological needs, in your safety needs, in your financial needs, in your emotional
Yeah.
needs. You know,
Well paired.
di ba? So
Haha.
ikaw, what can you say about this? So
For
the
me, as Oprah said, yeah, you are the driver of your own destiny. She said, diba? Which is true. Creating a path for yourself is your responsibility. So if you are being controlled, like what you said earlier with your partner, with your husband, you cannot go on your way. You don't have the freedom to live on your own comfort.
yeah, 'di ba, in some countries or even in our country, there's certain parts in our country, especially in many other countries like the Middle East, wherein the women are dictated by limiting beliefs, by their cultures, traditions, and all the many things that or the teachings, and sometimes by
Yeah,
religion, through religion. So that's why empowering women is a little bit challenging because some of them are still
control.
chained or controlled by their limiting beliefs.
Yes.
Di ba?
And when they fail, but I really don't do believing on someone blaming someone else of their failures. Diba? So if they are controlled, manipulated with their partner, with their boss or
Or
something,
religion
then
or
then
the
they will blame those behind those failures.
so di ba it's so important to educate ourselves. I
It
mean,
is so important.
not only educating them with education, but I mean career education, but also to educate ourselves with our cognitive needs or with our to increasing emotional intelligence and self-awareness. Because if you're not
Mm-hmm.
self-aware and you're not educating yourself, you are ignorant na you only know these limiting beliefs na ay we are born like this. Women are supposed to stay home. Women are supposed to take care of everything at home. Women should be quiet. Women should not have ambitions after marriage. Diba? Sometimes they say, you're
Yes.
married, so why? And some even say, oh, you're only getting married, so no need for you to become fully educated. Because when you get married, you already
Yes.
bear children, you stay home, so why be educated so much, right? So,
Yeah, that's the old tradition belief that girls are must stay at home preparing,
you, you,
and you cannot
you just
have a
have
good
those, yeah,
education.
yung get lang the basic education. Like,
Yes,
what were,
I heard from that from my grandmother time, my grand lolo and lolas in
they
their time.
I remember my in the neighbors in the province. I used to listen to them say, "Mag-teacher ka na lang. You should become just a teacher because then you can teach your children later. You when they come home, then you become their tutor." So a lot, and then some did like one he said, "No, I want to be in banking and commerce." Yeah, right. And then when you get married, you get
Actually,
pregnant, and you have 4 children. How could you go to the bank and how can you take care of your family? So those are just some example of limiting beliefs, and that's why to be emotionally intelligent, number one is to have self-awareness. Who are you as a woman? Who are you? What are the things in your life? What are your core values? And what are you? What are your aspirations to become? Just a mother, a wife, a teacher, a doctor. So those are the different hats that you would like to have, right? You can also be an advocate woman, even you are as a housewife, or you can be a businesswoman being a housewife. But it needs education, knowledge, and understanding to what do you really want. Because if you don't know what you want, others won't believe you. But if you're so focused on who you want to be, I think you command respect. Because this is what I want. I remember when I was married to Mr. Craig. Uh, she thought that I was young and he could manipulate me, and all this. She said, "Oh,
Okay,
you want to
okay.
study? Okay, go ahead, go and study." Because he knows that I'll be traveling with him back and forth. I won't have time to be working with any companies. But then when we were based in Indonesia, so I studied cosmetic chemistry. So I worked for Revlon International in Indonesia way back 1980s.
Wow.
So she thought that
Oh, Revlon.
she will just be selling products. I'll give her money to buy products and she will sell it, and she will have a little bit this. But then the big company hired me. But he was proud though.
She's underestimating you.
Yeah, so he thought, oh my gosh, she said, they got you, you know. I said so. Then I did it for a while, and then we had to come back to the Philippines. So there, sometimes if you are not very focused on what you want, your husband will just say, "Okay, study, study. I know you will stay home because it's more fun to stay home and just go by and go to the spa and make yourself beautiful and be a good
Yeah,
wife
yeah.
and take care of your home." But I
But
didn't.
look at you now.
She didn't know that He didn't know that I was a very career minded person. But I like also taking care of my home. I'm a good cook, and
Wow.
there are many things, and I'm also creative at home. So,
Wow.
but that you can manage it easily when you have good maids, when you have hired a good cook, a good maid to take care of your home to make
House
sure,
cleaners.
yeah,
House
cleaning,
cleaners. Yes.
housewiping.
Yes.
So cleaning the house, and then someone from my family who was the private nurse of my daughter. So
Wow.
so then I have trust. So now, what do I do at home? So she said, be a lady of leisure. Go play some sports. Go to the club. Meet your friends, and do some advocacy things like that. But I was more focused on practicing what I've studied. So I was hired to
Mhm.
do training, and I had to learn Indonesian language in 3 months. Because
Wow.
I have to teach
Really?
them also in the Bahasa, and I have to translate all the cosmetic products into Indonesian, how to use it.
Yes.
So yeah, I
Yes.
enjoyed it for a while, and then I got the respect from my husband. Say, oh, she really meant it. I mean, she really studied something, and she's really serious to be career-minded woman. But then he also liked that
Yeah.
because he said it's a waste of time to stay home. If there's something you want to be, why not? She said you have taken care of somebody, take care of your daughter, you trust her, we have cleaners, we have a cook, and like that. So why stay home? Or
Yeah.
so that's what I meant. Like, you must know what you want, and you must have the freedom
Education.
and
Education is the
education,
key.
knowledge,
Apo.
and understanding first
Knowledge.
of what you want actually. Kasi some people don't know what they want to be. Di ba?
Yeah.
When we
I,
grow up, we say, "Oh, I'll marry a good husband, a good provider. He will give me a nice home, and I'll take care of the children." Actually, basically, that's what we saw at home.
yeah, yeah.
Except my mother
Actually,
was a professor though. So I know that she was not a housewife. So that's siguro nagmana ako doon. But all the common friends, my classmates, their parents were household executives, home
wow.
executives. So you were saying
Very
something. You were
fortunate.
saying
Very
something.
fortunate. Yeah, really, my heart bleeds when I saw a woman that is a victim of violence, like, beating with their husbands because their lack of education. So the husband is underestimating to their partner, to their wife. So for me, the best is education because when you are educated, you can develop network, a knowledge that is something that cannot taken away from you.
Yeah. First is
So
education, actually. I mean, get
yes,
an education that you can make it into a career or business.
yes, yes,
Yeah, and
yes,
then we have to teach them empowerment, how to empower their emotions.
Yes.
to be self-actualized and to be self-fulfilled. So yung self-fulfillment is very, very important to for women to understand, you know, because when you are not fulfilled, there will always be the it might have been, you know, and there will always be certain regrets as you grow older. I should have studied, or I should have done this, you know, while I was still strong. Because some women, even when their children are already grown ups, they're still staying home and being good housewives. And some of them, when they are already 55 years old, they said, you know what?
They
I
have
should have,
regrets.
yeah, then they have regrets like, when the kids were at school, I should have also been studying, you know, and then we all come home at the same time, but people are embarrassed to go to school when you're 50 years old or 55 or
Yes.
45. We should not, because in America, it doesn't matter how old you are, you can still go to college
Cool. Yeah, yeah.
or do your PhDs and masters, right?
Yes, yes.
So we have to
I do believe.
empower each other, you know. We have to empower ourselves through
Exactly.
education, you know, and we have to empower other women to teach
Exactly.
them to stand on their own, to have freedom to express themselves and to be who they want to be, not just being a wife. I mean, I respect wives, you know, because I see women who have really made it a career to become a wife, and I love it because
Mhm.
they care of their children and all that. But honestly, I don't know if they're 100% happy. But as I've told you, I know friends who says, I should have studied this and I should have done this, or I should also do business and you have to teach
Oh.
me. And like, what if my husband keeps on putting me down? I said, no, fight for what you want to be, you know.
And your husband will gonna be proud of you.
Yes. All right. So yes, you have to make sure that you own your life, you know. So I want that. And self-reliance, being a woman, is very important. And turn your pains and wounds into wisdom. So did you ever have pains in life, Meg,
A lot.
and turn it
I have a
into
lot.
wisdom?
I have a lot. Yeah. I wrote something. Let me read. Your pain and wounds can be a blessing to others. It will give them inspiration
Mm-hmm.
and a good path to follow. Diba? So, turn your wounds into your ladder to a new you. Into a ladder to a new you. It may be painful, but it will be all worth.
So,
That
sabi,
is,
yeah, pains.
yes.
Parang pains make it like a lesson. Always say, ah, so when
Ganun
pain
pala, ha?
happens, you cry a little bit, but then move forward and you say, okay, this happens to me. What now? Diba?
What now?
What now? So now it is.
Yes.
So what shall I do now? So then I've noticed that, I mean, I still go through a lot of some certain issues in life with the friends, with relationship, with businesses, with the business
Mm,
encounters and all that. So I'm very sensitive. That's why I told you, right? I
mhm.
want people who are authentic, but sometimes a lot of people are not authentic, plastics. Because I trust people.
Amin.
I'm the one, I also trust people because I don't put judgments right away. I give them
Yes.
chances, so I want to get to know them more. So again, I forgot to tell them who I am, you
Mhm,
know,
mhm.
in businesses. So that's why I like the business principle of businessmen. Don't you know that before they do contracts, they have fellowship, they go out. That's the reason pala na,
Of
why
course.
do you have to go out to the nightclubs? Because then they can see whether you are a
I know.
respectable guy or what type of men are you. Are you a womanizer? And that affects also being a business partner, you know. And they
Yeah.
go to play how do you call this,
Golf?
golf. Kasi doon pala nakikita mo if you have patience and you have regard. If you as a man, they see your character
How you?
and
Yeah,
also
yeah,
how
yeah.
you think, and like kasi there are some
Yes.
people who doesn't like to lose in games, and they can just get mad, and they can see
Angry.
how's your rapport towards losing or with people in
Yes.
games and sports. And when you are drinking, are you a drunkard? Because sometimes men don't have discipline, right? They drink so much,
Yes.
right? So
Yes.
there pala, they get to be noticed how they behave. Certain behaviors
Yes.
come out
Yes.
somehow.
Yes.
So
Yes.
before
Yes.
I was saying, why do men have to go out with business? Why these business cocktails and business going out, bringing their guests to go to a nightclub, bringing them to
Nightclubs.
bars and like that, because they want to know how you behave, you know.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
and when they are a
Not
little
talk.
and when they're a bit relaxed and have to drink, then they can start talking about them. Who are you? So,
Yeah.
who you married to? How long have you done? Yeah, right
Yes.
then, that's
Yes.
when they start to get to know
Yes.
each other. Eh, tayo
Know
mga,
the person. Yes.
but we girls, di ba we don't do that? When we have business ba with girls, do we go out and try to go, okay, let's go to the club, and you start talking.
No.
So what
No.
do you
No.
do? What do you do? We don't, no?
No. No. We normally after there is a certain practice like in our club when we recruited some new members, we have this we call tea party.
Ah, yes.
Tea, it's time.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, so
But
so for
they
them
are all
to,
in their normal senses. Maybe you should give them a little bit of wine. Joke. When they're a little bit tipsy, their personality comes out. The real
comes,
personality comes.
yeah, the true colors will shine.
Or when
Yes,
there are
so
some
yes.
arguments, then you can see, right? But seldom people nowadays that they want to show their color. But sometimes when there are arguments, you can see the real them,
Yeah.
right? Have you noticed, Meg? Anyway,
Yes po, yes.
where did we go there? But turn your pains and wounds into wisdom, yung pain again. So yeah, in my pains, I always make it into how do you call this, lesson. So then I will always say, why did it happen?
Mm.
What did I do wrong? What did she do wrong? And then you weigh the pains, and then I have learned already to tell myself, like, nobody has bad intentions. They just don't know
Yeah.
better. They just don't know better. So sabihin ko ganun, now I know better. So it was my
Uh-huh.
fault because I allowed people. Di ba sabi natin, we own our pains. An empowered person,
Nagpaluto ko eh, pa something like
di
that.
ba? An empowered person owns her own pains, her own
Uh-huh.
decisions.
Yes, yes.
So if you allow people to hurt you, because you allow them, they became your
You
friends.
allowed it.
You allow them into
I
your
agree.
life. So when they cause you pain, then you own it. So then you just have to ask, what did I learn from that? Then nowadays in this age, then I just tell myself, oh, she doesn't know better. What do you expect? Then I start qualifying her into my thoughts that, oh, she's only this, she's that, she's only educated, and she comes from this background of family, so, and she's not very progressive, and she's
You
not
have
that.
this
Yes,
realization.
then I make realizations, and then I will just say, ah, okay, too bad, you know. Well, she lost a little bit of my friendship. She will still be my friend, but I will just be careful how to deal with her next time. So,
Yeah,
so those
yes,
are putting
yes.
my pains by doing your realizations and the lesson that you learn. And sometimes
Yes.
it comes from you because you allowed it. You didn't get
Yeah,
to know the
I
person, right? If it's a business partner, and
yes.
you didn't go to know her deeper.
Deeper,
So
deeper.
yeah. So lessons now is you must know the person you give your heart to very well. And the core values should be at par. And minsan, di ba,
Yes.
Yung core values
Yes po.
natin, hindi. But sometimes, I don't know why it was the attraction that you make her your friend. And then sometimes it come
Yeah.
out pag hindi kayo pareho.
Yes,
So it
yes.
should be value for values. Not perfectly 100%, but should be near to your values, and yung mga weaknesses niya should be acceptable. Pero
Agree. I agree.
Pero that's my kwan. I forget to qualify people sometimes because I don't put judgments, and I don't put assumptions, and
Yeah.
I don't put opinions. I just accept them
Mm-mm.
who they are the first time, second time, third
Wow.
time, until when they cross my boundary. That's when I say, "Oh my, her values are different from mine." Oh, di
Yes,
ba?
yes.
So that's how I take care
Wow.
of my pains na lang. And
Yeah.
to tell myself that nobody's perfect, nobody has bad intentions. They just don't know
Yeah.
better. Di ba?
Yeah. Wow. You're a good person, Madam MK. Mm.
Trying to be Christian, you know. Actually, they say if you study psychology, you will you will accept many mistakes of people.
Yes. And you are, you have this visualization of, yeah, because you have to forgive them because they don't know.
Yeah,
Diba? As Jesus said, Lord, they don't know what are they
correct.
doing.
Even God said that, yeah. And
Yes.
also, we are taught in modern applied psychology and cognitive behavior therapy that uh, you always have to be tolerant
Oh yeah. Tolerance.
in
Yes.
relationship to anybody you're relating yourself to, or in any areas of your life. You have to be tolerable. I know you have to be tolerant. You must have unconditional acceptance kasi walang judgments, walang prejudgment, walang assumptions, walang opinions. So unacceptable acceptance, so that when you see some weaknesses or things that are not acceptable to you, you have to still accept them because they don't know better. They have no bad intentions. It's just they had no choices but to be who they are. But if they're given
Tama.
other choices to be better, I'm sure they will choose also the better one. It so happened
Yes.
in that moment that they hurt you, their choices are the only things that they know.
I agree po. Yes po.
Di ba? So those are the
Mm.
things that I tell myself. I have to be tolerant. I have to be unconditionally accepting, and I have to be uh, uh, authentic in understanding them. Because if you start to be authentic and then you still have the love for the human weaknesses and understanding, then later on you don't lose their friendship. It might not be a deep friendship, but there will always be respect for you because they know that they have weaknesses. They know that they hurt you, but still you accepted them and you didn't do or say nothing. You just have to
Yeah.
be
Yeah.
quiet. And then if they ask me why I'm away from them, that's when I tell them. Sometimes it happened to a
That
friend. It took us 1 year. Now suddenly she came back to me and
before the
invite.
reconciliation.
No, she just say hi in the me, and then she said, "You're always a person that I fully respect so much. Sorry that we apart." I said, "Yeah, you know what?" I said, "But I still keep you because you said sorry and you realized, but you're still one person I want to keep." But then there again, sometimes you have to wait. See, when you don't say anything, there are times when they realize because you have given yourself authentically. You were authentic. You were real. So being real and authentic, you don't hurt people. They're the one who will always come back to you. So now when people cause me pain, then I just tell myself they don't know better. And I have to be tolerant. Because we don't want to burn the bridges. Just
Yeah.
be
I
quiet, be
agree
far
po.
away, and heal your wound. And then one day they will come to you because you were real. Right. So,
They
but
will realize. They will realize, of course.
yeah. So, how do you turn your pains? Like, what other pains have you had, and then you turn it into a wisdom?
Well, I learned from the pains, and I make sure that it won't let
Happen
happen
again?
again.
I mean, like
Won't
what
let
pains?
happen.
Give me examples of pains.
Um, okay. My friend, she borrowed money from me, and then she promised me to return it in a certain amount of months, and then she she disappeared. After a year, she came back. Yeah, after a year, she came back, and then she said she have a lot of
Issues?
she have a lot of excuses that I'm sorry, Meg. I did not come back, show myself to you for a couple of months because of this. So I know that she is telling me a lie. So yeah, she is a very a closest friend of mine, and she is my sister. I can consider it as my childhood, but she cracked the trust
Yeah.
that I gave her.
So what did you do? So you learned that you will not
I
pautang anymore.
Ye-
Or you choose the people you
yes,
lend your money to.
yes, but because it is very hard to, for me, it is very hard to say no if you know that you are only hope for this person.
Yeah, true. Yeah, the
Yeah.
so you learn from that. So ano, no more na. So now you have to be careful in lending money na.
I am very careful. Yes, I am very careful of that because for me, if I lend money, I'm not expecting in mababalik pa yun sa akin.
Yeah.
A small amount lang. So parang it's for me to help. Maybe she needs it very urgently than me.
Yeah. Because
So,
most of the pains and wounds is related to trust, no?
yes po.
Yeah,
It,
people get down into our expectation, below our expectations. So one
yeah.
principle also para you don't get pains, calibrate your expectations. So don't expect too much from people. There will always be imperfections of them. So that's why you have to get to know them, whether you're going to accept. You should have the acceptables and the non acceptables in your boundaries. So to
Yes,
have
yes.
lesser pains. But a lot of pains in life, like my mom left us, my dad and my mom separated. She left us when I was 9 years old. But
Uh-huh.
I was not angry at my mom.
Wow.
I was matured as a kid, like they were not compatible with my dad, and then
Oh,
my grandma was not also compatible with my mom. So my
uh,
mom told me that she would leave me. She would leave me with my siblings so that I'll be the one to tell them what kind of mom She is, because I was
wow.
the one who's got I was the older person who knows who she is, and it's so nice. Now I'm thinking back that having no mom, I was given all the freedom to think for myself and to be
Mm-hmm.
responsible for myself without
Wow.
anybody telling me what to do. So I had a free hand, like other people would say, you should do this, and then my grandparents will say, you have to be a good person, just do the right thing, you know
Yeah.
and everything will be okay. So I try to do the right thing because I have to show my brothers that I'm doing the right thing, because I have to take care of four siblings. And I was 9 years
Wow.
old, and we had maids, one to take care of my all of us, but then I had to manage them because my
Wow.
father was uh, he's with the police academy, and he was always in the PMA in Baguio, so he
Oh,
would leave us. So I'll be the one taking care.
police.
Yeah,
Okay.
he will be taking care of the maids and my brothers to make sure that they are feeding them and we have food and all that. So going back, instead of being resentful, if I would think now, it was a blessing in disguise because I am now who I am, very
Mm-hmm.
assertive, very responsible, and I know how it is. how children suffer when they don't have mothers. But
Yeah.
luckily, we have my grandparents helping us there. But then, to me, as a person, nobody gave me limiting beliefs.
Eldest.
Yeah, nobody gave me limiting beliefs. I can be who I
Uh-huh.
am. I had a free hand, how to take care of myself,
Yeah.
because if I would have parents, he would say, don't do this, don't do that, don't go this. But nobody, not even my grandparents, gave me limitations, who I can
Wow.
become.
So you can do everything during your childhood.
Yeah, but I was the type of a kid who wants to do good thing because I have to show my sisters. I have to show,
Oh.
and then during that time, having broken families, it was
Uh-huh.
embarrassing. So I
During,
should be
yeah.
good in my school so I can still gain respect from my classmates, from my teachers, and
Yes.
everyone. You know,
Wow.
and and to gain respect from my grandparents, I had to always do the right thing, meaning like they will tell you, a good woman is this, how old people talk, how to become a lady, how to be like this. I listened, and whatever are
Okay.
acceptable in the society that time and from my grandparents, I did it.
Wow.
But then I was free to do sports, anything I want to do in school. I can be late in school and do things as long as about school. And if I'm an athlete and I have to do practice. And when I go to the river to go swim, I was free. We were free, and I could play
Oh,
until 9 o'clock. When I was 9 years old, and
wow.
and
Really, you have
as
the
long
freedom.
yeah, so as long as I don't get hurt, they never told me don't do this, don't do that. I would go climb mountains, and buildings, and nobody was telling me. Nobody was telling
No
them that I was
grandma.
doing it. Nobody was telling them that I was doing it. So I had all the freedom to be daring and to do things that are good, but within the bounds of being a good kid, morality,
Yeah.
and as a Christian. But anyway,
Wow.
so those
Good.
are I lick my wounds. So all the pains that happened to me, you know, there's I believe in the saying like nothing, everything has a reason. They happen
Yeah.
for good reasons. Even the bad
Yes.
things have good reasons. You know, so
Yes.
that's why I don't have much insecurities because
Oh.
I had the free hand to be responsible for myself, to act for myself without people
Mm-hmm.
telling me, except the good virtues and principles that we learn in church and all the things that our
Yes.
grandparents tell
Good.
us.
Yes.
So
Good.
that's
Wow.
one pain that I did. I learned lesson from that. Even the most painful thing, because when my mom left us, that was the most painful thing ever
Yeah.
for me.
Yes.
But then I forgot it because I was free to express myself, to do all the things I should do. But anyway, my mom already prepared me many things because the age of accountability is up to age 8. And she told me many good things already about
Wow.
to become in the
Good. That's
future.
good.
She already told me be always own your money. Even when you get married, you should be self-reliant. You should be always you own something, and you should be financially free when you get married.
Oh,
So
very
and
good. Yeah.
study and educate yourself. There's so many travel and all that. So and many wisdoms that she gave me, and I it stayed in me. Huh? That's why they
Wow.
say, teach a child in the way they should, and they will never depart from it. And all the wisdom you're going to give, sometimes you think they did not grasp it, but some stay. But me, I absorbed everything because I always like to learn or listen to my mom.
That's the good thing of yours.
So
That's a
those
good
painful
thing.
things, because some of us, when our parents leave us or when they divorce like that, then we become hurt, and then when we become hurt, we
Yes.
also hurt people. you know. So I advise, that's why I'm trying to give them an example that even the most painful thing that happened to me, I learned from it. And now I was hurt from my second marriage. That we're talking about pains and wounds, turn it to wisdom. When he left me with my daughters, 15 years ago, I cried for a month. And then now, as I go back, I said, if I would still be married to him, I wouldn't be doing my Exponential Empowerment Forum. And I found out that freedom is so nice. It's also nice to be
Yeah.
alone, you know?
Yes, I agree.
So I said, huh, it's okay to be single. You know, that's what I learned.
Yeah,
And then
because if you have husband, you cannot do it.
yes.
The one you are doing now.
Yeah, imagine now I've studied so many things and being single, you know, and then I could get a job anytime, even if I would come home 3 days after because we have travel, nobody
And no
to
one
ask
will look for
permission from.
you.
Yeah, and I don't have to ask for what shall I feed him. Because sometimes it's so difficult, huh? To make a menu for the week and what to buy and how to prepare it. Even if you're a maid, you still have to manage it.
Of course, you have to
Anyway, so I
manage.
turned
Yes.
all those pain from my divorce from my ex into
Oh,
freedom that I love. You know, like I say, hey, it's
wow.
okay to be single. It's okay to be alone. But then again, it's
Yes.
good that I had a career and I'm a little bit independent.
Makes you busy. Makes you
Yeah,
busy and forget this
yeah.
emotional stress.
So
Tama po ba?
so all those kind
Galing.
of pains, you always have to tell yourself, so what now? What can I do now? Right? So that's why you have to be focused always. Since my parents taught me to be independent, my mom, and
Mm-hmm.
when my mom left me, I became even more independent at the age of 9. I was an
Wow.
entrepreneur at the age of 9.
Wow. You sell? You have a no.
I
You
make a
sell
story on
food?
these wounds. My dad could not send money because he was in Baguio, and
Okay.
the maid said, "Hala, we don't have money for your milk for your youngest brother." So
Wow.
I said, and then I have to pay salaries to them, right? I said, how
Yeah.
much money do we have? She said, well, just enough for to buy milk and for food in 2 days,
For the
3 days.
week.
So
For
30
two days.
pesos at that time was big money. Way back in
Wow. Okay.
1960s, early 60s. So I was
Ay,
so mga
hindi
70s,
pa ako
70s,
ngayon.
70s, 1970s. So
Okay.
so
I'm
yeah,
then, no.
you're not born yet. Anyway, so 30 pesos, I took the risk and bought all the ingredients for halo halo and for ice candy.
Wow.
30 pesos. So
Binenta mo.
and then I put for sale, and then our maids were doing it very nice in front of our house. The 30 peso became 300. The 300
Wow.
became 900. The 900 became 1,000. So,
Wow.
and then I was very experimental with my cosmetic chemistry knowledge. Ever since a kid, I knew already. I made the different types of ice candy. I mixed chocolate with milk. I mixed milk with or coconut with little raisins. Sometimes I put different things. What my ingredients in the halo halo, I put it in the
Ice
ice
candy
candy, and
wrapper.
everybody say, "Wow, it tastes so good." So that's how I became an entrepreneur. You see, like
Wow.
they say, life is like an orange. When you squeeze an orange, you get orange juice. So when life
Yes.
squeezes you, then it comes out what kind of person you are.
Oh,
You
wow.
know?
I
So
learned from you. Grabe.
so yung mga pains, we should not always learn from it and always remember that God is over all, and it's just a matter of not giving up and asking him, what shall I do now? So what now? You know, make use of your pains for something to give you strength. Right. Okay, so the
Wow,
next one, Miss
I'm
Mary.
very inspired. I am very inspired by you, Madam MK.
Oh, thank you. Okay, live your life to the fullest. Are you living your life to the fullest?
Yes, because I do believe that we only live once. And of course, we must be cherish it.
So how do you do that?
I make sure every day that I do good. I make sure every day that I communicate with my children. I make sure every day, of course, I say I love you to my husband because he is very sensitive man. In a day that I didn't say I love you, Dad, I love you, my one and only love. He's making tampo.
Yeah, that's
So
very important. I like that because I say that a lot to my children. Love you, I love you, love you. I don't pass a day that I won't say I love you. That's very nice. Because and living to the
yes,
fullest also is like I'm now giving chances to myself. What else do you want now? What else MK wants to be? So there are times when, of course, nowadays we have problems with businesses. So even I
yeah,
would like to do. Actually, I want to study something, but it's so expensive. I think you have to pay 50,000, 60,000 to enroll. So I said, okay, I will do that. And uh, these are still things that what I want to be, you know. So
mm-hmm,
but with God's with my prayers that I never
yeah,
say help me, help me, help me. Sabi nila wag
okay.
daw ganon. It should be God, what do you want me to do
What is
to enrich myself into your glory, and how can I be needed? How do you want me
yeah
to be
the
needed?
purpose?
'Di ba? So,
Okay,
parang what shall I do to be worthy of your blessings? I would like to have this, but thy will be done, you know? And
yeah,
so that's how I living to the fullest to me is honoring yourself, honoring your wants, and honoring your dislikes. Stop being with people that hurt you. Stop
of
being with
course.
people who doesn't enrich you. You know. So now I'm starting to live the fullest by owning my time and qualifying the people who I give my time to. That's for me living to
Wow,
the fullest, you know, and my priorities because I love my family. You know, my
of course.
children is my life. You know, they're the reasons that I wake
Mm,
up for in the morning. So
yeah,
I make sure that my love and my attention is there. You know, that so that
mm-hmm.
when they leave home, they will always have a good or when I pass away one day, they will say, I want to be like my mom. The good things that my
Now,
mom did, which is loving them and hugging them. And you know, my daughter said today, Mama, when I have children, she said, I will teach them to be a huggy, huggy kids. Kasi my daughter is married to a European, and my European grandchildren, even they're only
wow,
1/14 or of Filipino na lang dugo nila, is that
uh-huh.
they are huggy huggy. They like to sleep with grandma, hug
Happy, happy.
grandma. Because I taught them when I was in Denmark, I teach them how to, I hug them a lot, I kiss them a lot, I go to sleep with them, I put Vicks Vapor Rub in them, I
Wow,
massage them and I hug them because
I said,
I kiss them a lot, you know, and all that. So these two daughters of mine are huggy huggy kids.
oh,
They call me Kimi. Kimi means in Ilocos, Kimut means butt. It's my mama who's always
ah,
next to my butt. So that's what my daughter said today. Mama, I'm gonna teach my children to be huggy huggy kids. I'll be hugging them
like
even
you.
when they're grown up. and they will sleep with me in
Uh,
bed. There are times when they want to sleep with me, they will sleep in my bed, in our beds.
yeah, see? Yes, you see, you impart that
Yeah,
that attitude to your daughter po. Ang
yeah.
galing, ang galing. Wow, you
So
raised them very
those are
well
my
po.
living to the
Nakikita ko yun.
fullest. You know, there are times when I have choices where I have to go to other countries for work, higher
Yeah.
salary, more money, better. But now I choose to stay with my daughter because she's finishing medicine. Because I want when I
Oh,
die, I don't want the might have beens. I want her to give my time until
yeah.
she gets married. That she knows that I was there to support her.
This is
So
your youngest po.
yes,
Mm.
taking up medicine.
Mm.
So I there are
Uh,
times when I live the fullest because I'm happy to be with my kids. You know,
yes,
you
yes.
have to choose me more money, less money, but with my children, I go for
Um,
the less money, but with my loved ones
or
or
to
my
be with
children.
your daughter, to be with your children.
Although they
Yes, I
say,
agree.
"Mommy, don't think of us. You have," I said, "No, this is my happiness. So I'm living my happiness." So I think that's living to
Yeah.
the fullest to be able to make yourself happy. Because some people
Yeah.
always just giving happiness towards other people, they forget their own happiness. So you're not living yourself to the fullest. So
Yes,
honor the
yes.
things that you're could be
Mhm.
physically. I like to be massaged. I honor it by having massage. Go to a spa.
Wow.
Or now
Uh,
coming to my house for massage. I honor myself by putting nice moisturizer or the best thing I could apply on my face and my body. You know, so
wow.
living to the fullest is eating good food for my body that makes me happy, things that I love. But
Makes you
doing things
healthy.
or deciding or doing things that makes you happy and gives pleasure to you. So ikaw,
Yes.
how do you live yourself to the fullest? So loving your children, saying I love you. How about to yourself?
I love myself. I do pamper myself. So I make sure that I have sauna every thrice a week and a massage. Self-care, because if you feel better, everything will follow, and the relationship that you impart with your household or with your partners is very cannot pay with money.
Yeah, cannot be
Cannot
compensated with
pay.
money, right? So tama ka,
Yes,
self-love is one way of living to the fullest. You have to have that much love for yourself and you have to learn to please
yes,
yourself, right? So, how
yes.
about this one I love. Demand respect. Do you demand respect?
Actually, we cannot demand respect
It's
because
earned
it is it is gained.
or earned.
Gained,
You have
earned,
to earn
earned.
it.
Yes po. It is earned. You can only suggest, but you cannot really demand respect.
I think
Di
it
po
has to
ba?
start from you. When you have respect for
Yes,
others, then it also commands respect. And then if you are respectable in the manner of how you think, how you speak, how you dress up, or how you
yeah,
command yourself, then that already
yes,
automatic commanding respect, right?
yes,
But I call it demand
yes,
respect is when like especially with close relationships, like with husbands and with boyfriends, there are times when I set boundaries. That's when you demand respect because this is my boundaries. So it's not demanding actually, but it's that indirectly demanding, saying this is how I want to be respected within my boundaries.
yes, yes.
Again, so that's how we say we demand respect based on our boundaries, di ba? You agree? But respect
Yes
must come
po.
from ourselves first. Respect others so
It
that
should
others
be.
will respect you too.
Yes,
And you have
yes.
to be
Coming from
respectable, di ba? The way you talk, the way you think,
exactly
your behavior.
dress,
Behavior,
the
di ba? And
behavior.
then how
Tama.
you, yeah.
The behavior, and of course the power dressing that you mentioned. It
Yes.
should be, if what do you want people will treat you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's more on how you influence others greatly within
Mm-hmm.
the within the bounds of morality, so that already
Mm-hmm.
demands respect. When I do the right thing, I want you to do the right thing. Parang demanding na rin
Of
yung,
course.
I'm doing this, so might
Yes.
as well you do it. So that's why by
But
example, right?
yeah, the body language, it should
Correct.
be, it shows.
And sometimes our children sometimes forget. They said, I'm your mom. I demand that you respect what I'm saying because I know it to be right. But of course, it is said more indifferently nowadays. You have to tell your children, honey, they call it the empowered eye communication.
Oh, yeah.
You never tell them, you command, they're wrong, you have to do this, you have to do that. I'm your mom, you have to respect it. Well, no. It should have been
Just
given
the
as,
eyes.
di ba, boundaries na dapat yun eh. When they are children, we already set our rules and boundaries. Right?
Yes po.
And then, so when they grow up, sometimes when they forget, then you have to say now, when you don't call mommy when you are always late coming from class, I get anxiety attacks, and because when you don't call, I'm so scared. I feel so scared that something happened to you. So, pag sinabi mo daw na I feel, nobody can blame you for what you feel. And then children
Mm,
will respond more when you say how you feel instead of telling them you're late again like this. Mama feels so scared and I'm crying and my heart goes boom 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 and scared when you don't call because something might have happened. So then, oh, I'm sorry, mom. But when you say late ka na naman, I told
yell,
you not to
if
wait.
you are yelling, if
That's
you are
when
shouting, yelling to them, yes
they
po.
will not listen to you and they will lose respect.
Yes po, yes, of
Yeah.
course.
So that's demand respect, right? So how about you become what you believe?
I become what I believe.
Sabi nila, you
Yeah,
are what you think. Di ba?
yes, yes po. It's a power of, the law of attraction. Yeah, you become what you believe.
Di ba? When I
Yes.
say, I'm respectable, so
Mm-hmm.
then you act respectable, right? When you
You
say,
must.
I am assertive, because alam na ng then you do things that asserts you, things that are very responsible
Yeah.
actions. You do
Yes.
things on your own,
Yeah.
independently, right?
Independent.
So
Mm-mm.
you are what you think. Kasi when you say, uh, uh, I don't think I can do that. Sabi nila, when you say you don't, then you don't. When you say I
Yeah,
can't,
yeah,
then
yeah.
you can't,
You can,
right?
you can believe you can. You can
Yes,
do it. Yes.
yes.
It is
So
just a power of mindset.
yes, so it's a matter of mindset. So that's why you have to have a powerful mindset of who you are and what you tell
Yes,
yourself. Because when
I
you say,
agree. I agree.
no, I'm not for that, I'm not good enough for that. When you say you're not good enough, then you will not be good enough. But when you say, I can try, I've not done it yet, but I will try,
Yeah, yeah.
right? Especially
Mm.
if you're also interested. So that's how you become what you believe. Whereas if you don't believe in yourself,
Yes.
like you join a beauty pageant, but you don't 100% believe that you are a winner,
Sure that
that you are a
you're winning.
winner, that you're a winner type, you will never be. If you say, oh, did you
Yes.
join? Because I hear girls when I interview on the radio. So, do you have what it
Okay.
takes to be a winner? Sabi niya, well, I joined this because I have advocacy of like this, and I just like the sisterhood, and uh, ako pag tinanong mo, if you have a winner, yes. I have what it takes. That's why I joined. Parang, what can they say, What can they say? That's me.
Yeah. Sigurado na ako,
O, di ba?
panalo ako, no?
Sabi ko, kasi tinatanong lang naman ako, hindi naman nila tinanong yung judge, di ba? So, why should I
Opo.
bother what the judges say? That's what I feel, right?
am qualified,
You know,
yes, to
there you
be.
can see already the mindset of a person.
Yeah, yes. Yeah,
Listen,
you
yeah,
interviewed a lot of people, different
yeah.
mindsets.
So
So
I know already a winner
you know
just by
already.
the way they talk and the way they present themselves. Yeah.
Tama ka.
Di ba? Try
I've
next time.
learned too much to you.
Next time you
Galing.
listen to the interviews, yung mga binibining Pilipinas, yung mga first few questions
Yeah.
or about they talk about themselves, kita mo na already yung aura of a winner.
Yes.
Di ba?
Yes. Well,
That's why you believe
it's
who you
it's
become.
ano pa lang. Yes,
So
yes.
you become what you believe, or you will become what you think of who you can become, di ba? So touch lives every
Tama.
day, leading by effective example. Be a great influence for good. So, what can you say to that, Meg?
For me, in your own little way, you can impact someone else's life by setting a good example to them. So be your own leader. You can only lead if you have followers. For me, something like that. If they will follow you,
Because
you can lead.
you lead
That's
by
leader.
example, di ba? If they like your
Opo.
examples, they'll follow you. If they don't like your examples, they won't follow you.
Yes,
So that's
yes.
why you have to be a great influence for good. Kasi sabi niya, but it feels good when I follow her. It feels good what she tells us. It feels nice. I
Yes.
mean, it's so empowering what she's telling us. I mean, it tastes, parang you can taste the goodness of what's being
Yes.
done by her.
Like for example, oh, Marilyn Bragg is a very good person and is very successful. So why don't we follow her, all of her advices, something like that?
Yes, you touch the lives of people, of how you are
Yeah.
with people, how you relate with people, Tapos understand with your core values nga yung kindness, humbleness, humility,
Humbleness, humility.
and
Tama.
communicating with empathy. And
Yes.
so that's
Po.
very
Yes. Po.
important when they know that you have empathy with people because you understand what they need. That's when they really
Yes.
have respect and they follow you. Di ba? So,
Yes po.
lead by
Galing.
example. So, how about sometimes bad things happen to good people?
Yeah, because we are not living in a perfect world. So bad things really happens to good people and there is a reason why it happens. 'Di ba?
Because they
So and
don't.
you can
Yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
yes, and you can only hope for what you learned of any circumstances po.
That's true,
So
right? So sometimes, like, I'm very being good to my friend, to a certain person, and I want to give my heart on how to help them, and I wanna,
yeah.
and I mean it to really a part of what they're doing. For example, like I'm offering what I know that I'm best at,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
parang they take it for granted that they say bad things about you instead, like they give different assumptions, you know
Yeah.
uh
They're looking in front of you but they will defile you when you were not in
no,
something like that.
they already make assumptions that maybe I'm putting value in money for what I'm
Ah,
trying to
okay.
give. Di sila naniniwala na advocacy is for free kasi some of them kasi they make advocacy for money.
I agree.
The
Yeah.
My intention is to empower women and to share what I know. And if I
Mm-hmm.
earn along the way, it's fine,
Yes.
you know. But some people think that you go to
It's a
them,
reward
when
na
you go to
yun.
them, I say, let's collaborate and I can teach your group this, blah, blah, blah. Oh, they think that I'm expensive. Sabi ko, I didn't even talk about money yet. It's just a collaboration. It's a free something I would like to
Yeah.
teach. I said I'd like to teach you. So anyway, so people sometimes uh, assume, misjudge you,
Assume.
and then give
Yes.
opinions about you, and then so something sometimes even for a good reason, you know, they think it's a bad one, right?
Yes
Had it
po.
ever happened to
It,
you na yung motivo mo, your motive and your intention was
they're
good?
judgmental.
Yeah, correct. So and they misjudge you, you know.
Yes po.
And like like good wives, you know, sometimes men leave their good wives.
Yeah.
Di ba? Or yeah, sometimes in companies, in a partnership, you know, you were honest, but the other partner was dishonest, you know.
Yes.
So
Opposite. Yeah.
yeah.
Correct.
So
Correct.
again, we tell ourselves, as long as you've done the right thing, there's no guilt on your shoulder, you know.
I believe that. Yes.
So that's why, kasi sometimes they say, "Eh, bad thing happens to you because you're bad." They say bad happens to bad people. That's not true. Bad things happen also
Yeah.
to good people, because
Yeah.
sometimes we are just caring and understanding, and we give this unconditional acceptance to who they are the first time, second time, third time, you know.
Yeah.
So so
Hmm.
na, na,
I agree.
di ba? So again,
Yes.
number 9 lesson natin, never judge what a person say or do, but by the intention, di ba? Yun na nga. Seek to understand. That's what I was telling all the time. Understanding is more
Yes.
important than getting information. Because sometimes
Tama
they
ka.
say, Meg, don't you know that MK is this? Oh, information yun. And then you forget to ask, where did you get that from? Do you know her very well? So
What,
instead
what
of
is your
seeking to
source?
understand why they say what they say,
Yeah.
naniniwala na
Yeah.
tayo. Ang una nang
Yeah.
sabihin natin, oh really? O sige, wag ko na rin siyang kausapin. When people say, she's bad, attitude, I'm like, why? What attitude did you give to you? And in what circumstances, you know? So you have to
Yeah.
seek to understand instead of just getting information. This is what I'm trying to say. So it's more important to understand than getting informations only. So and it should be done by reflection. So reflecting what's been said through the true motive. That's why, di ba? So
Yeah.
in what issue, in what event did she tell you that, or in what situation did she act that way, di ba?
Tama.
So then you
Tama.
can, no, because I said like, yun naman pala. If you say that to me also, I'll do the same. Oh, see, then, you know, so that's why you have to reflect on what you hear other people say. Because again, your perception is not the reality of the person. I always tell that. Oh, how's your
Yes.
perception? That's your perception. That's your assumption. But that might have been
Yes.
the real
Yes.
reason. You should have
It's
asked her.
not
I
real.
always tell them, why didn't you ask her? The most beautiful question to ask a person is, what did you mean by that? Or why did you do that? May I know? Right? I would like to
Tama.
understand why you are saying that. I'd like to understand why you're behaving that way. Okay? So, always ask for the intention and motive behind. So they say here also, mind your own problems before you talk about mine.
Yeah. Mind your own business. Something like that.
Before you talk
Tama
about
ka.
mine,
Tama ka.
right? And then my
Yes po.
life
Yes
is
po.
not a business, your business to tell. So my life, my choices, my mistakes, not your business. Do you do that?
Yes po. Which is true. Which is true. I don't really care. Other people. I only care.
Have you ever experienced that where you have to tell them that it's my business, it's not your business to tell?
Yes. I did that once and I avoid this girl already. This woman.
Right? My life, my choices, my mistake, not your business.
Mahilig. Mahilig manghimasok.
Yes, that's in Tagalog. Mahilig, makialam, maghimasok, right?
Manghimasok. Oh
But
my
that's why I
God.
like the Americans, because they say that's not my business. You know, like
Yeah.
when you say you gossip to them or say something. I'm sorry, but that's not my business. That's their business. Or
Yes.
my American ex, I would say, didn't you know what happened? To say, can you talk to the husband? It's not my business. That's
Yeah.
their business.
That is their attitude, no? It's very good to,
Even
they're very,
if you are close friends, if it's
intact.
already, yeah, it's between husband and wives, is that it's not your business, because they say you
Oo.
meddle, then you will be an enemy of one of them. Them, they will
Yes.
kiss and they will kiss and then they forget about it, but you, they will not
You.
forget that you said something,
Yes,
because
yes, tama
you
po.
gave judgment or you said something, right? So,
Yes po, yes po.
pero dapat talaga we have to be maraming gossiping eh. Di ba? I have a friend when I say, hey, I heard that blah, blah, blah. I said, let's not talk of somebody who's not here.
Oh, yes.
Di ba? That's
Oo.
one way of stopping. Di ba?
Respect the people, yes po. Tama po.
Not unless it's somebody who's involved in your business.
Okay.
Right? A person is say, I don't know, or even the way you would communicate. If I'll be the one saying, hey, I met one of your coworkers and it's not for me to say or judge, but just
Position.
this is just an
Yeah.
FYI lang. So it's up to
Yes,
you.
yes,
Parang ganun. I don't want to make a judgment, but
yes,
I just thought I want you to know, right?
yeah.
Instead of saying, well, alam mo ba, you should not. And then you already give judgment na di ba?
And you add information.
Right?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yep.
So sometimes in life, we just need, ito na yon. Never judge, assume, give conclusions and opinions. You don't know what you don't know. Very common expression namin sa modern psychology yan. You don't know what you don't know.
Yeah.
Di ba? Minsan kasi
Yes,
nakita lang
yes.
natin, we only saw somebody in the restaurant, a
Alam,
husband
tama na
and
niya.
maybe a wife, parang we make the conclusion that they have an affair.
Yeah. Lalo na pag bata yung kasama.
If
Yung pala eh.
you really want to meddle, you should have said, "Hi, how are you?" Right? I would have said, "Hello, where's your wife?" Or like that. Said, "Oh," I said, "This is my secretary, or this is our new recruit." So I just invited her to lunch so we can continue talking about the things that was
Outside the
interrupted.
office.
Yes, right? Parang, or maybe the girl is the only one with the table. And then, syempre, nagmamadali si boss. Can I join your table? Si, oh, sure, sir. O, yan na, magsalita na. You know what? Si boss and this new girl, they were having lunch already. So we then give all our judgments, assumptions, and opinions. Kasi yung perceptual positioning natin, only what you saw. Pero yung camera who was there long time knew
Behind.
what happened, right?
Behind. Yeah.
Knew the
Yes,
truth
yes.
that he just joined because there was no table, right? So those are
Yes.
little examples of perceptual positioning when you want to judge. You only saw, but you don't know. You were not there from the beginning how it happened, right? Or what they're talking about.
Yes. I agree. I agree
So
po. I
they say,
agree.
you don't know what you don't know, right? Your
Yes.
perception is not the reality, you know? So,
Yes.
and
Tama.
then I always say, I'm not you, and you are not me. Only I know myself, and only you know yourself. Di ba?
Yes. Yes.
So
Yes. Yes.
dapat don't put your perception into his reality and her reality, because we are always different, you know. We are brought up differently, we are
Yes.
educated differently, you know. So you never know what's going on in their minds, or in other people's minds and hearts. What are their intention? Lagi yung
Precisely.
intention, right?
Tama.
So
Yes po.
sometimes in life we just need a hug. There we are.
Yes.
You know,
It's true.
through the
Hugs are ways of comforting others.
yeah.
Diba? Kasi ako, I'm a type of boss that hindi ako madaldal when it comes to when sorry something, but I just hug the person and they feel comfort.
Yes, to your children, before you say, Oh, why? Oh, come here, come here. Hug mommy first. Just the hug like that, then they start talking. Don't say anything. Just when they are crying
Yeah,
on their suicide, just hug. And sometimes it's
yeah.
for, even with my kids, I need a hug. Like I don't want to explain anything anymore. Mama, you don't look okay today. I said, just hug. I need a hug. And even from my previous husbands, there are times when I just want to say, I just need a hug. But nowadays, kasi important daw yung hug eh. It's a human need.
Therapy.
It's a human need. That's why daw you must hug eh. Di ba there was a hug day before? Because there are some people who live alone. They don't have anybody to even touch them and say, "Oh, hug everything. You're gonna be okay." So there's a hug day. There should be a hug day in your office one day. You say, "Okay, hug the one next to you and say everything gonna be fine and just massage in the arms." Because that warmth of hugging and ganyan lang, itouch mo ganyan, it's a need. It's a human need. Di ba?
Yeah, actually in couples, uh, as girls, kahit wala na yung, sometimes kasi our husband or our partners are, they're not that very expressive on their loves to us.
Yeah.
But as girls, ano lang eh, yun lang yung need ko talaga, yung yakapin mo ako and I'm
Yes.
okay.
Di ba? Sabi nga niya, no words, no advice, just a hug to make you feel better sometimes.
Yes, yes,
That's why
correct po.
tayo na nag-o-offer ng hug, don't say anything until the person say something because they might just need a hug. Just say, need a hug? And then they will just go. They just want to be quiet and be hugged. And then when they're ready, then they will say something. Right?
Yeah, yeah.
Kasi when you magtanong-tanong ka, ano ba nangyari? Ano ba? And then you say, alay ka na. They don't want na. They will. But if you say,
Yeah.
okay, honey, give mama a hug. You want a hug? Di ba? And some of our friends
Yes.
sometimes just need a hug, then they will cry and sob. And then just listen. Don't say anything. Not until they
Tama.
ask you something.
Yes, yes,
Then,
yes
or
po.
kung magsasalita sila, because I made that a mistake with my daughter. One time she had pains in her heart, and I said, you know what, Mama? I don't like my teachers. They do this like this. And then my boyfriend, I miss him, and he didn't call, and he's so happy. I don't know what he missed me like that. You know what? And then I give my peace of mind rationally. I give my rational peace of mind and said, Mama, can you just shut up? I just want you to listen. I said, okay, just come here, hug them, hug. So now I know now how to say, okay, you need a hug. When she start, so then you say, you need a hug, and if they just hug you, and then when they say something and it comes to a question or things like about their issue, don't say anything. Then if they keep and say, do you want me to answer you or you just want me to listen? Mama, just listen. I don't want you to talk. Just listen. That's why if they don't ask you, don't say anything sometimes. People just need
Tama.
a hug. Diba?
Yes, yes po, yes po.
Even
My
yung
husband keeps telling me, shut up, mommy, I don't want to more on talking.
just hug. Oh, ayan, reminder sa atin, even with our children. You know,
Yes po, yes po.
especially when your husband is have a problem in the office or like he looks so tired or like that and he looks at you and I said, honey, do you need a hug? And sometimes they don't need a hug. They just want to be alone. Or they will say, I just go to my room, I to the office, di ba may sariling office room tayo or something. I just want to be alone. I said, okay,
Alone.
give me some space today, you know.
I
So,
need space.
yeah.
I need
So you have to
time
teach,
for
we have to
myself.
teach our children yes stay space. And I told my children, when I'm watching Netflix and I'm very quiet for 2 days, I'm just watching Netflix and not saying anything, then you know that I have an issue that I want to solve. I am in my me space. Then you know that there's a little bit going on in my emotion and in my mind. Then if you have chance, come and hug me. Don't say anything. So then now my daughter and I are now respecting each other. Now I learned that in my lesson not to ask. And
Yes.
not to be rational. Because, di ba, of
Yes.
course, I'm a life coach. So there are times, but honey, you should, Mama, I don't want you to do anything. I don't want any words. I just want you to listen. Okay. Lesson for
Oh,
parents and lesson for also our husbands. When they're saying something, just
yes.
listen. Don't rationalize. And then when they say, what do you think, hon? Okay, can you repeat which one do you want me to say something on?
Yes, that's
Right?
the time.
That's the time
Okay.
lang. When, if not asked, don't say anything.
Just shut up. Opo.
Just be
Yes,
there
yes.
with your
I agree.
smile and your hug. Just say, honey, if you need me, I'm just
Okay.
here. If you need a hug,
Yeah.
I'm just here. Diba? So, no words, no
Oh,
advice, just a hug to make them feel better. Okay, I also
yeah.
learned, eto pa, when you start seeing your worth, you'll find a harder, it's, ano, when you start seeing your worth, you'll find it harder to stay around people who don't.
Yeah. If you will have find that workplace that will treat you as an asset, not a liability.
Yeah,
So sometimes, 'di ba? Parang parang you know your worth and sometimes they abuse you.
yeah. Diba, when they're, yun na nga, diba, in my age, I qualify my time with people who are worth my time. That's
Ah,
already my qualifying there, the time. Is she worth it with my time? Kasi sometimes if you qualify if they're worth your friend or a relationship with these people, no, is she worth my time? Who is she? That's why pag hindi ko siya kilala and then it will not enrich me having
mm,
time with them or like that, then I say no to these invitations and like that.
yeah.
Diba?
Yes, yes.
Kasi sometimes we have different types of friends. The hi hello friends, the party friends, the 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 so-so friends, business friends, network friends. And we also have our close friends or friends that worth your time, di ba?
Wow! Parang ngayon ko lang na-encounter yan, narinig yan ko yan sa'yo. Yeah, we have different types of friends.
Yes.
I like that. I like that.
Kasi nga, it depends what time you're gonna give. So, kung important friends, more time, or, of course, I have friends. I have a friend that whenever she invites me in this high society Shangri-La or party like that, she's the only one I say yes to. Because I don't
Wow.
like anymore this high social gathering because you only sit in your chair, you're right, in your table among somebody maybe, and then if uh, I always think she's worth my time because
Yeah.
I've one time I asked for her help to help another person. She was there to help, and I found her to be, she's a good friend, you know. So she's the
Wow.
only one that invites me in those big gatherings that I say yes to. She's
Wow.
worth my time. So the rest, yung mga ganyan, many, many parties, many things, but I know already those
Invitation.
people. I've
A
met
lot
those
of
kind of
invitation.
people already, and always
Yes.
we talk of the same thing. Never, I've never seen a person who would sit down with me, except for that sitting down dinner when I'm with my friend. But in the other parties where,
Yes.
who is Marlene Craig? Are you interested
Yeah.
to be with me? I mean, you're sitting next to me. Ako yung nagtatanong. But then them,
Okay.
they don't even want to get to know me. So I don't think this is the part I'm gonna go through because we're just gonna talk about what's trending, what's going on, and how who is going to pay more for the sponsors and all that. So,
What
yan.
is the latest?
So, dapat may friends ka. Hi, hello, friends. Business friends, network friends, advocacy
Mm,
friends.
social club friends.
Yes, iba pa yung social friends kasi advocacy friends. Kasi sa advocacy mo friends, you have similarities or you have common denominator. You know, you have common
Yes.
grounds because you're gonna talk about your advocacies, right? And then you have the
Yes.
social friends, you know, and then you have your close friends that maybe understand you also. You don't mind being
But
with them, and then you have your
yeah, the
then you have your BFFs, your best friends,
mm,
di ba?
mm.
So,
Very nice.
I mean, we have different kinds of friends. That's why the one that are further away, they can never hurt me because they have not entered inside my heart. Andun lang sila sa
Yeah,
malapit sa pintuan. They're not inside yet. Right?
nakabang.
Right. So those are the things
Tama.
that it's worth it. Even with issues in life. Is it worth
Yeah,
it? Because if it's not worth it, then let that be worth of your time. It should always be that does it make you a better person? Or are you in danger if you're not? So it should be worth enriching your life and your family. If it's not,
both.
yeah, enriching your
Yeah,
business, enriching your life, enriching your family life, if it's not worth it. Or for
it's a
experience,
feast.
it's up to you. What's your motive behind to meet this person. So is it for for adventure's sake, because it's also part of life to be adventurous, to know
Yeah,
more. So it depends yung motive mo rin.
explore.
So their motive and your intention.
Yeah, tama ka. Explore, exploration.
Yes.
Yes.
There are times when I attend the parties because I want to know more about that person who's invited there. That's why sometimes I say, who are invited there? Because I want to interview her on radio or I want to know more about her. That's why in parties,
Ah,
I would always choose one person that I'm going to talk to that,
okay.
that will trigger my
You will
interest.
give your
Para
time.
sayang yung
Mm-mm.
oras. So that
Tama.
even it will be still worth my time. And sometimes because you get invited to things that you have
Yes
to
po.
and you must. Di ba? Anyways, to
And you
make
are
it
busy
work.
person.
Yeah.
Tama.
So, yung next. So, asking for help isn't giving up. It's refusing to give up. Do you always ask help? Do you sometimes ask for help?
Are we in
13.
number 13?
Asking
Yeah.
for help isn't giving up.
Yeah, it is depend on help because no man in an island, it says nga, may kasabihan tayong ganun. So, refusing to get help is a suicidal. And we talagang it our Christian culture that if we can help a person, we must help. It is our obligation, not only in a monetary thing, not only
In
in
time, it
all
could
aspects.
be it could be in time. You can give time.
Yeah,
You can give a
in all
shoulder to
aspects.
cry on, a home
Yes, yes.
to stay on for a while. So yeah, I like that because there are some people who don't want to ask help. They've given up. So when somebody comes with an issue and a problem, I need your help. That means they are refusing to give up because there are times when they're like become criminals because they seek help to the government, they seek help from us, from their family, but they
Yeah,
are not
and
giving
no
the help.
one.
So then they hold on the knife and then they do it to survive. Then they will become criminals, go rob a bank, rob a store, or rob their family. Right? So
Yeah.
sometimes as advocate uh, uh, organization or chairwoman or somebody in an advocacy, when somebody really need help, I think he or she is saying, please help me because I'm not giving up, but I'm helpless. That's why there's different kinds of organization, and I hope all the different kinds of organization should be sensitive enough to listen the need of that
Yes.
help.
And Yes, yes.
when they ask for help because they're not refusing, di ba? Imagine the others,
Tama po.
if they, di ba sabi natin, you should have just come and asked me. I could have given the money, right? Instead of stealing it. That's why when people on the street, they come and knock on my car and say, please, pagkain lang. Sabi ko, I like
Bigla.
this. He asked. It's better he ask instead of doing bad
Feeling it.
thing or doing bad thing outside somewhere else, right? Or become
Yes.
one of those organized criminals, be a part of those organized criminals.
Yes, yes, yes. I agree. I agree.
So sometimes pag
Uh,
humihingi, mas gusto ko na lang yun. That's why I say give help kasi at least he asked nicely.
yes.
Diba?
Tama ka, tama ka. But for me, if I really that sometimes kasi there are person that hindi sila maboka and sinasarili lang nila yung
Correct.
problem nila. And you know that she really needs help.
Yeah.
So, as a person that we know that what is her problem, in any ways that we can help her, I think it is good sometimes that you just offer help. You just offer to this person the help that she needed.
Yeah. And she might be in the verse of committing suicide. Like, okay, she asks
Yeah.
help because she can't do anything more. She has to pay this person, but she can't pay, and she's got too many issues. She has to pay for the house. She has to pay for everything. She owes the loans, and then she come, and then she's not giving up. But sometimes some people like that don't even want to ask help anymore. They just kill themselves. Diba? That's what also
Yeah,
meant this one. That's why
I
people
heard
come.
some news.
Yeah.
Tama ka,
That's why
tama
when
ka. I
people come to ask for your help, talaga it's a very Christian thing to do what you can do. And if you can't, then maybe you can refer to another person.
Yes, yes.
So next
And I
time,
always
mangingiram sa akin,
heard
Meg. Sabihin ko,
here.
punta kay Meg. Joke. O, punta kay Conrad.
Kung kay Conrad, saya lalabang.
Okay, so next, never beg someone to be in your life. If you text,
Ay, nako, totoo yan.
if you text, you call, you visit, and still get ignored, walk away from them. It's called self-respect. Had it ever happened to you?
I agree. Hindi sa akin nangyari. Oh,
Oh, when you were
hindi sa akin.
when you are single, have you ever been ghosted? Oh, ito na. Have you ever been ghosted by not texting you back or calling you back in your life?
Ako yung nang-ghost. Oh, di ba?
okay. So, but
Tama ka, madam.
but even to your
Self-respect.
yeah, how about to people, to girls or friends? Had it ever happened to you? One time, two times?
Several times.
Okay. So, self-respect. Kasi you are in the organization for, advocacy of women, Soroptimist and Aliyo, and I'm sure you get
Yes.
sponsors. Sometimes they don't answer. They don't even call back and say no. Right?
Oo. So, once that they ignore your message, they drop your calls. So, that is the message. It's very clear. So,
Yeah.
move on.
So, but Oprah said, instead of not answering their messages or ignoring, I think you should be brave enough, she said, to say no. Kasi Oprah rin has got so much money, so everybody wants sponsors. And one day she said, no, I can't. No, I won't.
Uh-huh.
No, I can't. No, I won't. So, sabi niya, it's okay pala to say no, but she was guilty, ah. And then the other person said, okay, thank you. I said, wow, she said, okay, thank you. He didn't argue back. So, the people who are asking should be understanding rin that to get no for an answer, respect din yun. We have to respect when they say, I'm
Yes.
sorry, I can't. You know?
Yes
And then,
po.
kasi some people say, why? I mean, do I have to tell you the story? Why? You know?
Because it's pandemic.
Diba?
That's what that is always their answer nowadays.
Yeah.
Yeah, so tama ka. Self-respect is gained by not begging what you deserve to someone that cannot give you what you want.
Yeah, that's also. What can you say to that? Happiness is not getting all you want. It is about enjoying all you have.
Mhm. You can't enjoy what you don't have.
No.
Parang you cannot give love if you don't have any love. You can't, 'di ba? Tama ka?
So, for me, ito, sabi ko, happiness is accepting what you have in life. Like, may kanta kami sa church, count your blessings, name them one by one. And the
Oo.
rest that you don't have, you just have to accept it, you know. So I always tell my daughter, right, like, let's live in the now and let's be happy to what we have. First, we're not sick, you know. First, we are
Yeah.
healthy. First, mama is not sick. None of our close family are sick. These are the things we have to be grateful for in this moment of pandemic. I said, we cannot go out. That's fine. Other people's have problems. They go out and they get sick. So it's counting your blessing. It's enjoying what you have. Not wanting and wanting and wanting, and you get frustrated because you cannot have them. But enjoy what you can have now and the people you are with now.
Wow. I
Di ba?
agree.
Because sometimes we are only happy and looking forward to something, but it's not there yet, you know. So parang you want more than you don't have, you know. People nowadays, even our children, don't anymore know how to count their blessings. Don't only know how to be grateful. I
Yeah.
said to my daughter, aren't you better start counting your blessing. You have 10 fingers, you have 10 toes. You have 10 shoes, others don't have feet, you know. And
Yes.
then so I said, you have beautiful face, some have face that are feel so
Ugly.
insecure,
Yeah.
and there are some people who
Yeah.
cannot really understand. They are a little bit
Yeah.
dumb, but yours, there's so much your intelligence, you are summa cum laude. I said, those are
Yeah.
the many things you like. You can understand so many things others don't, and you have a religion that you can still pray. You are free, to think. Even if you live in China, you're not allowed to do many things. In a communist country, if you live in Middle East, there are many things you're not allowed to do. So count all the freedom
Yes.
that you have now, that our country still gives us this freedom. The most important thing in life is freedom, di ba? Imagine the freedom to do anything. Not to kill, of
Yes.
course, within the bounds of morality. You know? The freedom to text, sabi ko sa anak ko, you have Wi-Fi.
Oh,
You can talk to all your friends. You can stay home with mama.
yes.
You don't have to travel. So,
Correct. Correct. Correct.
and then
Tama.
there are times
You
I
have to
say,
be
I, I,
careful.
I want a better computer and like that. Yeah, I want many, many things too. But there are times when you've got the expensive computer already. Why do you want a nicer one? No, mama, because my iPad is already, I want iPad 12 and like this. We will have it. I
Old
said, so,
model.
sabi ko, 2 years pa lang yung iPad 10 mo, and then like this. So now she's starting to understand. But we parents should be really there to sometimes let them realize that you have to be happy of the now, you know? Because if you
Let.
Sabi ko, so what makes you happy? I want to go out. Let's go to Montemar. Let's go on the beach. Yeah, but it's not safe now. So what can you enjoy now? You know? Okay. So can you have Montemar but you don't have your mom? Or you are
Ah.
sick. So I like, would you rather have a lot? You go out and do come and then come home sick. And so that's why it says like happiness is not getting all what you want, but to enjoy what you have. Very few people can enjoy what we have, especially the very, very rich people. When you all, even the people
Oh.
who has everything, they're still searching for something.
Lacking. What is lacking?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
there's searching for what is lacking in their life.
I told my
Tama.
daughter, I want to dwell on this because I told my daughter, can you imagine we still enjoy a simple meal that when Ate cooks bagnet, like we're
Oo.
so joyful and happy when she does a good meal, and we look forward to go to the dine. Other people can have that for free, even the most expensive food. And one time it came to my life like, I don't want this kind of food anymore. I don't like Peninsula, Shangri-La restaurant food. I like tuyo lang and kanin. I was looking
Sinangag.
when I was based in China where we always cocktails every day.
Opo.
There was a time when can I be excused? I don't want to go to cocktails now, diplomatic cocktails, business cocktail. There was a time na I don't like this kind of food and expensive food. Siyempre, Laureate, mga Chinese, mga ganun, and
Yes,
the rest.
yes,
There are times
yes.
when, oh, I don't want. Can I just have a rice and tuyo or salt and rice? I just want something away
Show
from
sugar.
the. So there are times when how do you call this? You just have to enjoy
Simple.
because some
Yeah.
people, sabi ko sa anak ko, they don't know how to enjoy themselves. Tayo, we still enjoy to go to Montemar. Them, they can go any parts of the world and yet they're not happy. Like
Oo.
all the money it can buy anything, and they kind of little joyful things like I would buy you a small iPad 12. To them, that's nothing. If you still look forward to
Yeah.
something, at least we have still something to look forward to be happy for. Because if you have
Tama.
everything, imagine you have everything, but God doesn't give you all. You might be
There's
rich
no
too.
satisfaction.
Yes,
Tama po.
diba?
Tama.
And that's why we have
Opo.
to learn to appreciate that we still appreciate.
Yes.
Because some people already have reached their ceiling of appreciation because they have everything. So that's why now they want to go to the moon. They want to do things that are beyond.
Betos.
Oh, diba?
Si Jeff Betos, no?
Yes.
Wanted to go to another planet. Grabe, no? There's no satisfaction.
But have you heard that from friends, diba, who have a lot,
Oh,
the childrens of people who are well off, very, very, very well off. Like they destroyed themselves. Why? I always say they have everything. Why do they have to go to drugs? Why is what's missing? So it could be a family. It could be love from the dad, love from the mom, or it could be things that
tama.
are missing emotionally or
Yeah,
spiritually. Spiritually.
yeah. Spiritually.
Yeah.
Lack of
Of appreciation and gratitude.
tama.
Diba?
Yes.
Yeah.
Opo.
So my daughter when sabi, I don't like this anymore, mama. We count your blessings, name them one by one. And I will just sing her that song. I said, mama, shut up. I know that you've lived life. It's unfair about me. I said, I don't know. I said, I believe that we choose the life we have. I believe in that God gave the life exactly how you want yourself to be perfect. How you going to live here. Because God is not
Yeah.
God otherwise if he was the one who put you there. I said I believe that it was our choices in the pre-existence who our parents gonna be and who our friends and how we gonna be hurt and how we gonna learn in this world.
Exactly.
So,
Mm-mm.
darling, I said we just have to live for now and focus on who you want to be. But for now, there's pandemic. Just become a doctor in this pandemic. Oh, mama, we're just doing virtual now. But I said maybe one day. I said everything's virtual now. People will ask you to medicate them through online, right?
Online.
So
Prescription through online.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
when that's where your emotional intelligence, spiritual intelligence comes to guide other people how to be happy even at this time, to enjoy what you have. The
Amid of this
life,
pandemic.
di ba yung life itself that we are breathing, that our family is alive. Now, we don't have the sickness, like others that you still eat 3 times a day. you know.
Yeah, you should be grateful.
And I
Yes.
told her, aren't you happy we can even afford to have aircon when we sleep? Other people don't have aircon.
Oo.
So we go electric fan or whatever, that we have water. You know, we can use as
Yeah.
much water that we have. So these are the many things you have to be happy about. You know, I told her.
Yes. Tama,
So,
tama.
so minsan I have to
Mm-mm.
give it the very basic things to enjoy. But I hope our
And
listeners also that.
complaining is not the solution. Complaining is not the solution.
Acceptance
So,
sometimes is the solution. The acceptance,
tama.
you live for the
Accept.
now, you know,
Okay, okay.
right? So what are you
Oh,
supposed to do now? And what are you supposed to do tomorrow? I mean, tomorrow you wrote it down. I don't know if it will even arrive, right? You never know. So I said, enjoy while you're alive. I said to my daughter today, enjoy and hug me because we never know. Tomorrow, maybe there's no tomorrow. Sabi niya, don't say that. I said, but it happens, right? We're talking with somebody, now he's dead, she's dead,
yeah.
right? So let's just be happy
Um,
that make the most of
yes.
now, right? So that's to me
Live life to
happiness.
the fullest.
Yeah.
Tama, tama.
So, ano, in ending, anything you would say to the people who are listening to us?
Yes, stay focused and have faith to God. And of course, love yourself. That is the most important. Love yourself and continue learning, continuous education.
Yeah.
Because the world is evolving, the world is, we have a lot of uh, learnings to need to absorb in our mind, in our life.
Wow.
Have faith to God.
That's very important. Yeah, thank you, Meg. And for me, yeah, have faith in yourself, have faith in God, or that Almighty God who's the most powerful of all. And always honor yourself, honor others,
Yeah.
respect others, and commit yourself to an intentional goal. You know,
Yes.
something that will improve you or improve your family and your community. All right. Meg, I
Praise
love you.
God.
Thank you so, so much for your
Thank you for
company.
this wonderful opportunity. Thank you
Yes.
for this wonderful opportunity. And I learned a lot from you tonight.
Yeah,
Thank
and
you, Madam
also from
Cynthia.
you. You inspire me too. And also, next time we'll talk about how to be beautiful physically.
Yeah,
Because I want to know
I
your
like it.
secret for being so beautiful as you are. Anyway,
Oh, wow. Yes,
so
yes, yes.
thank
Looking
you.
forward to that.
Yes,
Looking forward
I'll
to that
invite you
topic.
again. So thank you so much, and please thank your husband, Mr. Loyola, for giving your time to me, for taking you away for 2 hours and a half, I think. Yeah, almost hours and a half. And good night,
Sure.
Meg. And to all
Yes,
viewers,
Madam.
thank you, and I hope you will again tune with us the next time. Mwah. Good
Yes.
night.